What's up, y'all? Welcome to Why Life Got Me Effed Up podcast, a podcast with topics that got us, well, effed up. Enjoy the episode, and if something got you effed up, let us know. Well, thanks for listening, and enjoy the show. What is, what ain't, it's your girl Juice, and we're back with another podcast, Ep.4 of Why Life Got Me Effed Up podcast. Today we're going to talk about situationships. All right. Also, we got on the podcast, you already know it's your girl.
It's your girl Davina. And Tay, how y'all doing?
Yes. We got the crew all together for episode 4. So let's get into it. Situationship. I know everybody's probably struggling with this right now because it's summertime. Some of y'all want to be city boys. Some of y'all want to have a hot girl summer. So let's definitely get into it. All right. For me, situationships got me fucked up. Completely got me fucked up. So currently right now, I'm completely single. Not in a situationship at all. Not doing anything. I was in one, but it definitely turned sour. And I really getting to the point that situationships are literally just excuses for non-commitment relationships.
Absolutely.
I,
Yes. Well,
you
sort of.
sound sus about that.
Yeah, you don't seem so sure about that, Tay.
I feel like there are pros and cons to it. So I don't want to say, well, when you say it like that, you made it sound like a bad thing. But I guess it's not like a non-commitment relationship. I just feel like it's the in-between stage of talking in relationships. So it's like you talk and then you feel like you get a little more serious than talking, but you're not in a relationship. But you still aren't like committed. Like you still, shouldn't have the expectations of a relationship.
Here's my problem. My problem is that we in the talking stage of getting to know each other, and then it turns into the situationship of us pretty much having sex with each other, pretty much being close, having all this extra stuff, going on dates and stuff like that, and we don't technically have a title for anything. We don't have a real standing of the actual relationship because at the end of the day, you have all these feelings for somebody, and y'all been rocking for months now, and they can still tell you at the end of the day, you ain't my person. Like you're not my girlfriend or you're not my boyfriend. So don't worry about what I do on the side. So your feelings are going to be hurt after a while. And that's what situationships end up being. They end up kind of being like a cycle if you don't get out of it.
Yeah, that's true. But since you already know that going in, why don't you play the same game? You're not that type of person?
I'm starting to feel like no, I try to now after a while, I guess it's because as I get older, the game thing and being toxic, of course, I love doing that in my early 20s, but now I'm in my mids. It's kind of like, it kind of gives me a headache because I'm trying to build something with somebody that I'm not really for sure about. That if they want the same thing because we're in this situationship, instead of, saying, hey, we're together, we're rocking, we're moving on, trying to go for marriage or trying to go for a deeper connection with each other, we're staying on this plateau of, okay, we're together, but we're not together. And that's okay. It gives me something to do or something to get out of when I feel like it.
Right.
So would you say like a situation, would you think it would be like you're exclusively dating this person, or is it something that has a lesser meaning than that?
See, I don't even think people have the exclusive conversation anymore. It's literally, okay, I'm feeling this person. This is the only person I'm talking to, but we don't have the conversation of being actually exclusive. We just move into that position of just being around each other, doing what we do as we're in a relationship. But of course, when that conversation comes up, what are we? Bitch, I gotta pull back. Talking about, I'm not sure. Like, I thought we were chilling. Like,
I had with the person I'm talking to, we had the exclusive conversation. We were kind of in the car and it was like, okay, at this point, if you found out I was talking to or dating somebody else, would you want to fight me? And I said, yes, I would. And it was like, okay, well, I'm not going to do that. And then, we moved on from there.
What the?
So
If you want to fight me,
that's just so toxic. Like,
No, I feel like that was a serious question. I mean, I'm not saying I would fight, but it was just a serious question. Would you want to fight me? Like, would you be upset? Would that hurt your feelings? Would you be upset? You know how it was worded was a crazy question, but I was honest. Yes, I would be very upset to find out that person was talking to somebody else, and so that's how we had the exclusive conversation. Now, if this person did start talking to somebody else as of right now, I don't know if that would be considered cheating.
it wouldn't be cheating at all because y'all haven't like made that official.
yeah, I was to say, I don't know if cheating would be, part of the thing because if y'all ain't like really committed, like, together, like locked in,
So
I
you
don't
don't
consider
think
that
it's
cheating.
okay? So it's not cheating. So what would it be then? If you've had the exclusive talk, but then you find out they are talking to somebody else,
Then, bitch,
it's
you
just
broke the pact.
disrespectful.
You broke the pact because if we're having a
That's what
conversation.
cheating is. You broke the pack of your relationship or your marriage or whatever else.
Yeah, that's like to me. That's like kind of conversation of like, damn, but if you really wanted to go talk to somebody else, like you should have said that when we had the exclusive conversation, but you didn't. So you kind of made me feel like you was on the same level as me, and now we're in like I'm in this mind space that I'm about to like pretty much put a mental ring on it of just saying, hey, like you're my girl, or for other people say, oh, you're my guy or whatever like that. But instead you decided to go do some other stuff without my knowledge. Which
Right.
which relationships, like I think with any situationship or with any people that you're talking to, I don't care if you're talking to a plethora of people, that's not my business. The only situation I really feel like you should be having open communication is with the people that you're like dealing with. If you're dealing with multiple females, if you're dealing with multiple men or different type of people in general, then you need to be having a conversation with those other people because I'm looking at TikTok, I'm looking at Instagram, I'm looking at and bitches are talking about I got BB. Bitches talking about I got this, I got that. Niggas talking about my you know my dick burning and stuff like that, and that's a reason because y'all not having that
Mhm.
conversation about hey, who are you messing with? Like that should be a real ideal conversation.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Like, especially when you're, you know, if you're sexually active with this person, that definitely like that's something that needs to be discussed because you ain't about to be slinging that dick or slinging that coochie anywhere. Okay,
Slinging that dick, slinging that Gucci.
like that's not okay. Especially like, mm,
I mean, personally, for me, like once I know I'm about to get physical with somebody, and I've been talking to other people, of course, I'm about to go ahead and just cut those other people's off. I never want to feel like I'm having sex with too many people at one time. I think for me that would just be mentally too much. Cause I tried to date the two women at the same time. Like I tried to be like, oh, I got two bitches. Like I'm doing that shit. Like, bitch, I was tired. When I tell you my bank account was tired. I was tired. I was mentally drained. I think I actually called y'all and told y'all I was doing it, and I literally almost cried on the phone because I was that tired. Like
yes,
it was draining, and I just had to like you had to really sit down and be like, who really benefits you the most, and how do you benefit them, and that's how you're
Mhm.
gonna really make your decision at the end of the day. Especially when you get in that situationship, like who would you rather be messing with for very long periods of time and develop with when you get into a relationship.
yeah.
When you say too many people, what's too many people?
I
Like
think
how
if you,
many?
I think if you going over like three, I think it's too many
Oh,
people.
okay.
We talking about
Yeah.
in terms of like having sex with them or just like talking to them.
I think if you're having sex with somebody, I think one should be the max, but two might be a situation, and some people they might be doing three or four or five. That's too much for me. That's too much slinging dick, slinging coochie for me.
Same.
But
I
talking to
mean,
people, back in the day, I used to talk to six girls at one time, like to tell my business. I didn't know
you used to
girls'
be a
name.
hoe.
I
Mm-hmm.
used to be a for show, like and the thing about it is like I used to be and the girls couldn't really like be mad at me because I treated them equally nice. I treated them equally well. It was just like I probably like gave more attention to one other person because they made me feel more better than other people.
I don't
Mhm.
know that
I
used
think
to
I
be
just get
me in high
attached too
school.
fast.
Oh, Davina,
I
you was
could.
a oh, I know Davina was a hoe for real.
Shut up, bitch. But Tay, what were you saying?
I said I think I just get attached too fast. I've always just been like one person. After 2 3 weeks, I'm like, do you love me?
Hey, look, I'm the same fucking way. I'm such a lover. I'm like, bitch, one day and I'm in love, bitch. Like, what?
I don't know. With your background, do you feel like you're kind of slower in that now? Because you really don't want to do marriage like that?
I mean, I am more cautious about dating and who I talk to and who I spend my time with. Cause like I'm definitely not trying to waste any more of my life. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of different for me now. I mean, I'm definitely like the person I'm talking to now. I mean, I'm definitely more hesitant on catching feelings and showing affection and all that stuff because I don't want to go through that same shit. I don't want to get caught up and for them to do the same shit or whatever. So I definitely am a little bit more cautious moving forward with my life.
Yeah.
Since our generation is a little different now, do you think that at 25 and up, would y'all be dating for marriage, or would y'all technically just be dating for fun? And when 30s hit, y'all be like, okay, maybe I need to settle down.
For me, it's more so just about enjoying and enjoying my time with that person. And I also, want to build a future and pursue it in that way, but not necessarily marriage. I don't want to put the pressures of marriage because I feel like once you do get attached, you can hold on to that person and start settling just because you feel like you want to get married by a certain age or by a certain time, or you feel like, well, I've already given this person 3 or 4 years, and I want to be married by this time, so you stay with them even though you aren't necessarily happy with them. So I just feel like I want to enjoy my time with that person.
Yeah, I agree with Tay. Like, I just want to been there, done that. Like, I already experienced it. I know, no, not all people are like my ex. So I know, not everybody's marriage ends up like mine. But, he took up most of my 20s. So I definitely am taking the time to enjoy my life, enjoy my time with the person that I am talking to. Not rushing things, not I don't want to put any pressures on anything, like Tay said, but yeah, I'm just living my life.
I'm thinking that like situationships are kind of like sometimes could be like that stopping point of actually taking the leap of actually being in a serious relationship based on exes and ex situations of that can be traumatizing or have some
Hmm.
traumatic effect, or just having a foundational issue, maybe not having parents be together, or seeing your parent being single all the time, or um just seeing like people around you, family members, just pretty much not taking a marriage like a real thing, or taking relationship not a real thing. Like everybody sometimes always got that uncle that got hella bitches, like just out there just drinking cognac, got hella bitches, don't care. Because I definitely had an uncle that was like that. So um, do you think like some people deem from that perspective of just being like, because my family's like that, or what I have done dealt in the past, that makes me feel like a situationship is more safer than actually getting into a serious relationship?
I don't. I really want to say that most of my family is like married or just single. Like I don't think they're really dealing with anybody. So I don't really know. I don't really know if I can like lean on my family for like advice or looking up to when it comes to like situationships because yeah, they definitely no hope.
Well, I think I never start dating or talking to someone with the hopes of ending up in a situationship. It just sort of falls in that path due to uh, early arguments, or maybe they want to move slower than I want to, but it doesn't start off with the intentions of, okay, this is just going to be a situationship. I think it just happens to fall into a situationship. And then
Yeah.
I just kind of take it on as okay, if I want to continue to talk to this person, then I'm just gonna have to deal with what they're giving me at the moment.
I kind of read something that it said that men will automatically know within a couple weeks, or not even probably in the first 2 weeks, that if they're gonna be with somebody for real or they're just gonna fuck them for real. Um, and I kind of feel like that's what women too. Like, I think some people, some women just automatically know, like, yeah, he's or she's good for like a good time, but you know, that's it. Or there's some people that be like, yeah, I'm like really down for that person. Like, I'm gonna deal with them. For me, and a lot of my friends would be like, Juice, you go too fast, and yeah, I might go too fast, and probably be in the culture of the lesbianship of the U-Haul. We moving in together by week 3. Um, I just automatically think that it's like, if I'm going to be with you, I'm gonna be with you fully, and I always been like that because I'm just always hoping that one day I do get with somebody, um, and we just really do make it. Um,
Yeah,
and so I just feel like it's exhausting. I do give away a lot of my energy to that one person, but when I do, at least I know I did my best. I did what I can do, and if it doesn't work out, at least I did what I needed to do. So half of those became very toxic after a while because I just didn't know how to leave. Um,
Hmm.
but definitely, like, I can always say in each and every relationship, I did my best, regardless of how fast I went.
Yeah.
yeah,
So let me ask you this. So in regards to situationships, like how much do you give of yourself to this person and how much do you take? Like what would you think is and like is acceptable? Because people always say like, if there's not a ring on my finger, I'm not doing this and that. But what exactly would that mean in a situationship?
Um, if you like, okay, so like the recent girl I had, I think from the get go, like the first day, like she slept over my house,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the vibe that we had, and just the real feeling of like, shit, if she wasn't somebody I was attracted to, we really could have been really good friends. And when
Yeah.
I felt that, I was just like, okay, um, yo, like this could be really really good. And so moving on, I think I was still talking to like one other person. And when I finally had the exclusive conversation with the girl that I really wanted, I knew, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take her around my friends, I'm gonna take her around my family, and I'm really going to put my full effort into it. So
Mm-hmm.
probably in
yeah,
the first 3 months,
All right.
I feel like straight couples is more will have more longevities when it comes in the situationship. Like, it's way more longer than maybe the lesbian ones do. But I don't know. What about you, Davina?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I would definitely put in the effort if like I'm like really attracted to you, like I really like you. But like there's things like, them red flags that be popping up that just make me want to like step back and be like, I don't know if that's really my place to do this, or do that or whatever it may be. Like, and being that like in my last relationship, I was so used to doing everything myself and like literally doing everything myself. Like, I feel like I don't like really need anything from anybody. So I'm very stubborn when it comes to certain things. I'm trying to learn those habits, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of different for me because I don't know. I see it in a different kind of way.
Okay. All right, everybody. Let's count out red flags. Red flags that you should definitely be looking out for. You ready to tell you ready, Davina, for them? Because I'm
yeah.
ready. I'm ready for red flags. Okay, red flag. Red flag number one. If that bitch cannot communicate, then we cannot be together. If you
Yes.
can't talk to me a good amount of time of the day, then I understand that you work. I understand that I work. I understand that things happen in life. But if we don't talk at least like probably 3 times a day, and I want to talk to you morning, like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. Like talking should be a daily thing in a situationship. I feel like that should be something that's understood, right?
Right.
Okay.
So are you saying like a few check-ins, or you want like a few hour-long conversations?
Definitely a few check-ins in the beginning because I always like to save up everything until I see you that night or I talk to you that night, and then I hit you with like, "Girl, get what I did tonight," and "Girl, get what happened today." And so it won't be boring. Like I don't want to keep on telling you every single thing that I did because that'll be like a waste of time.
Right.
Okay, what if they saving up everything they did so they could just tell you at the end of the month?
Then we need to have the conversation before we
Wait,
start talking for real.
you said at the end of the month.
The end of the
Wait
month.
a
What?
minute. Wait a minute.
Oh hell no.
Uh-oh.
All right. What's a red flag for y'all?
I feel like continuing to conversate with their ex.
Ah, the exes.
Mhm.
That is a huge
Mhm.
red flag. Let me tell you. When it comes to the exes, if we talk about those in the first day, you gotta go, baby. Like that's you're still holding on, sis. You gotta let it go. That's
Mhm.
over.
I mean, and I understand like some people do like date people where they, actually did have amicable breakups and they did just kind of walk away as just friends. But I still feel like there's a certain respect level. And anytime you have someone where you've been in bed with them, I don't think y'all need to have that type of friendly conversation where y'all are texting or talking to each other like that, especially when if you're trying to date me and literally this ex is contacting you asking for a second chance and you're still allowing that person to text or call you asking for that second chance, that to me feels like, okay, one, do you want to give that person a second chance? Or
Right.
Mhm.
two, you like that attention from them. Like, and that's just weird. So that's gonna make me feel like, okay, what kind of psycho stuff are you on right now where you need attention from people just saying they want you or they need you in their life? So I don't need to be with you. That's a red flag to me. If you just, want to constantly hear somebody crying on the phone talking about take me back, I don't like all that. That's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of weird because me and my last girl we was chilling in the hotel and I asked her this like quick question. Didn't think she was gonna take it seriously. I was like, if we was in a polyamorous relationship, who would you like to add on? Of course, I know it's gonna be another masculine female. I was just wondering who it's gonna be. This bitch said the first girl that she ever got with.
Oh.
When I tell you I'm gonna knock the blows out her chin, it's just I was like, so I'm sitting there with my mind thinking like, okay, so because we're in a situationship at this time, so I'm just like, this leaves you the ability to start thinking about them, start having this idea, start making this like an actual situation. How my mind ran, like this bitch just cheated on me. Like I'm just like, nah, I just fell to the ground. Like I just couldn't do it. She's like, you good? Like bitch, don't talk to me. I'm in denial right now, but yeah, if you talking about exes and stuff like that, that's definitely like a huge red flag. Did you ever? I don't think you really talk about exes like that.
Like my exes or like the people that I be talking to
I mean,
exes
like if you was talking to
or
the
people I
dude, the dude that you're talking to right now, like, and he asked you about your ex, would you make a huge elaborate story from the beginning to the end, or would you just be like, yeah, he my ex, and
I don't like to speak about my exes because for what? Like there's no reason. However, like if somebody was to ask like what happened, because there's that whole situation is just completely fucked up. Like the reason why I'm back home is because like of my ex. So when this person asked me, I was like, well, this is why, blah blah blah. But I leave it at that because I don't really like to bring it up unless like my ex really just pissed me off that day and like it's like showing on my face or like in my tone of voice because he's pissed me off. But yeah, no, I don't talk about my exes.
You
But
know,
the only thing about the difference with that though, I mean, you are married to him and y'all are like, it's an actual divorce that you're
Yeah.
going through. So, I mean, that is kind of different. Now, once this divorce is final and you moved on in life, now you still, talking about your ex-husband, you on dates and stuff. I'm just all right, now hell no, I'm doing it. Like, move on.
Right.
I just
I
have
mean,
multiple. I mean, I just have multiple red flags when it comes to a lot of things.
Really?
yeah,
Like,
mine would definitely one of them mine would definitely be like lying and like keeping information.
bitch, you
And it
better than
don't e-
me. I was like, if you ain't got no car, you can't talk to me.
listen, I mean, there's different things, you know, but nah, I don't like when people like aren't straight up with me, because like for what reason? Especially if we're not like in a committed relationship, like there's no need to lie. There's no need to like beat around the bush and like make not tell me something like right away or some shit or whatever.
You
Like
ain't got
there's
to
no
lie,
need for all that.
Kramer.
Right. Like you don't gotta do all that. I mean, it's not like, come on. Especially if you're trying to be serious with the person that you're talking to. You say you see yourself in a long-term relationship with this person, but you know, that's definitely a red flag right there if you keep information.
Definitely
Yeah, that is a little
information.
sketch.
Hmm I don't know, or just like not. I don't know, just like also that not having no car. I'm definitely very like, if you ain't got no car, then we.
But why they can't have a car though?
I has too many issues with that already. Like, cause I don't like when bitches think I'm a Uber. Like,
Listen, yes, that's just so annoying, bro.
that's not a good move. Like, that makes me feel like you really using me for my car at that point.
Oh, like they just ask you if you'll go somewhere with them just to give them a
Yeah,
ride, or do they really come out their mouth to say, "Hey, just take me this place," but you're not
yeah.
coming alone?
No, no, no. Like, it's like when you remember when you see them niggas that like drive their girlfriend car but drop them off at work and then they just go drive wherever they want to go. They act like that shit
Yeah,
theirs. Yeah, you ain't
yeah,
finna do that to me. That's my biggest fear. You're not gonna do that to me. Like that's crazy.
that makes sense.
Yeah. No, I first of all, I don't like driving as is. I don't like driving period unless it's somewhere that I want to go. But
A big one for me is like if they don't ask you questions.
what you
It,
mean?
Like
Like
they're
what
not
kind of
trying to get to
questions?
know you.
you know when you first start talking to somebody and you ask them all these questions and they don't ask you shit. Like they don't ask you nothing. Like they just keep on answering the questions but just don't ask you nothing. That literally makes me feel like you're not interested in me at all. Like you literally just
Right.
want to interview. If you want to interview, call Oprah, bitch. Like I'm not doing that.
Right. It's like they're not interested in you.
Like you
Or they're not trying
can't.
to get to know you on a personal level. It seems very superficial.
Yeah, like it's no way that you're like interested in me. If you can't even sit there and ask me where you from, what's your favorite color, what you like to do, um, what brands do you like what do you do on your off day? Like you can't ask me simple questions like that, but I have to sit there and Google up questions to ask to for an icebreaker because I'm running out of fucking questions.
Yeah.
Yep. Another one for me would be is like back to like the communication thing, but like taking forever to respond back. And that or like just like completely ignoring you if you like say something to them and you see that they be active on social media and shit. Boy,
Oh yeah,
that should be that should be making me mad.
Yeah, that's childish. But see, what's your cutoff period though for situationship? Like when you feel like, okay, I'm just over you. Too many red flags. Like you're not showing me the attention that I want. I'm really just not feeling you like I want to. Do you cut them off, or do you wait till you find somebody else to replace them? Like,
Um,
how y'all go about it?
I I'm definitely a cold turkey kind of person. I'll definitely cut you off,
Ooh,
no questions asked. Like delete, block you on everything. Like don't talk to you. Like that's it. Like because
dang.
don't be wasting my time. But I can also I can also be distant. Like I'll stop like texting. I'll stop calling. Well, I don't really call like that to begin with, but I'll stop like texting you as much, like DMing you as much, whatever. Making an
Yeah.
effort. Like I'll just be, laid the fuck back. Like I'm not putting in any more kind of effort. But I definitely don't try to replace anybody. I mean, I'm not looking to find somebody like really because I just got out of a relationship, but definitely the first two for me. That's definitely me.
What about you, Juice?
I'm definitely the opposite. Okay, so like for example, like so homegirl haven't talked to me in like 2 weeks. She said she probably need like some time, some space or whatever. So of course I gave her a week. And I checked up on her, see if she was doing good. No answer. Second week, still no answer. So I told her my feelings. Try to give her that good communication that I wanted in return. She still didn't say anything, and then she started posting on Instagram, started posting on Facebook and stuff like that. So that gave me the knowledge that you're not interested anymore. And so what I decided to do is just block you on everything. Now, when I block somebody, it's not technically just to get back at you. It's more of I'm just trying to get you out my brain. And once I get you out my
Mm-hmm.
brain, that's it. Like I'm just gonna move on. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I am talking to a couple people now. And it's not just like, oh, I'm trying to find a new girl or whatever. It's just more of like, somebody just talk to you regular, not just really doing any crazy stuff, not trying to get in a situationship or any relationship at all. Just trying to have a casual conversation.
Right. And see, that's how I am. I feel like I can stop talking to somebody like cold turkey, but then I also am going to find somebody else to fill my time. So I don't be bored. But then I be feeling bad to the person I'm using to fill my time. And the only reason why I do that too is because I know if I get bored, I might start back talking to the other person that I don't want to talk to anymore because I got bored. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier when you're bored to let them back in. So that's why I feel like I gotta find somebody else to be like, no, just give me attention right now. So I don't get bored. So that's how that is. But yeah, no, I'm very quick to like cut you off, stop talking to you. And that's why to me it's a red flag when for somebody to have exes that you continuously talk to. Because for me,
Mm-hmm.
once you're done, you're done. I block on everything. I feel like once you're done with somebody, they should no longer have the access to you to be able to call, text you whenever they want, be DMing you, do none of that. That to me,
Mm-hmm.
no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, like they shouldn't be available to their exes like that. Like that shit's crazy.
Right.
I know when my ex calls me, like I be ignoring the fuck out of him sometimes. Like he I think I told y'all, but he was blocked he's still blocked on all of my social media platforms. But I was trying to get a hold of him because my bills gotta get paid.
Some of
So,
that's money, some of that's money, money.
so he wasn't, it was the first month and he's not, answering my text. And then I started calling him, he's not answering my calls. So I unblocked him on Instagram. And I don't know why he decided to answer me on Instagram, but he did. And just like, yeah, I mean, I don't see why people still fuck with their exes unless you got feelings for them still. Because ain't no way. I don't want to be talking to that motherfucker and like ever again if I had the choice. But it is what it is.
Right.
I just started thinking about boredom, that boredom topic that Taylor was talking about. I think
Mm-hmm.
that's like the main thing that runs people's relationship. Like if I get bored, then I'm going to talk to someone else or I'm going to like find some other situation to do whatever. And the thing about it is like I won't feel guilty because I'm gonna give you multiple opportunities to not make me bored. I'm going to, show you certain things. We're gonna have certain conversations about what we can be doing, what how we can advance in our relationship. For me, if you just can't get that together, honestly, then I'm gonna get bored and I'm gonna move on.
I mean, that's fair. Do you tell them like in the end, like, hey, I was bored with you? I feel like I'd be mad. Somebody
mm,
came
Right.
to me, just like,
I ain't
baby,
gonna
this is
lie.
boring.
I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I told one ex that I was just like, baby, like I can't do it. Like, and the thing about it is like she wasn't boring as a person. It was just like she wasn't keeping up. She wasn't keeping up herself much as I wanted her to. So I kind of like became unattracted to her, which sounds very shallow, but at the same time, I buy certain clothes, I do certain things, I ask questions to my significant other to make sure that they still seem appealing, or seem have some type of appeal to me. Um, so if you can't do that for me, then I'm just kind of like, all right.
Oh God.
I
The
brought them
Nike flip
hoes
flops.
on the Nike flip flop. I was so goddamn tired. She wore that shit at every function, like wearing them hoes at funeral, wearing that bit at the weddings, wearing that bit everywhere. One day I brought them hoes at Waffle House, and when I tell you, I felt so much relief. I felt so much love in my heart, and she was crying so fucking bad over them $5 sandals that I had to go rebuy, and it was $3 by that time. So I was like, "Bitch, really, nobody really wants these shit but you." So
Nobody.
I'm just like, all right, like I'm gonna get these again. But yeah, she wore them hoes breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Thanksgiving, like Friendsgiving, all of them. I was so tired of it. When I broke them hoes, it was very relieving. I had girls who like after a while didn't keep an appearance, they got real comfortable. And this is one thing when it comes to like situationships or relationships, please do not move in too fast. Cause
Mm-mm.
I moved in with two of four, and well, technically three out of four because the third one was really at dog. The third one was really at my apartment like every other weekend, like every weekend. So that bitch technically owe me rent money, but you get caught in a routine. Like you get in this routine that like, okay, you come home, somebody cooks dinner, or we talk about bills, we watch the same shows every fucking day or something like that. And you go to sleep,
Mhm.
or maybe, oh baby, let's be spontaneous. You wanna have sex tonight? Like that shit just get old. Like I'm just like, so I'm definitely not moving in with anybody until really feel like I want to be with you for like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh,
Same.
dang.
No, same. I agree. Like, if we are, first of all, my ex, that was the only person that I've ever, moved in with and lived with for a long period of time. Well, ever, really. But I will not, will not refuse to move in with somebody unless I know for a fact, I know in my mind there is no doubt that you are the one, and that's it. Other than that, I'm not doing it. Like I'll like if they got their own place, I'll like spend the night, whatever, But no, moving in, that's a heavy no. Especially, I don't know. I know all men aren't like this, but my ex was definitely not the cleanest person. Okay, and that is just no. Mm-mm. But so I want to ask y'all this. Um, so if somebody was to ask y'all, like, what's your status? What would you say to them? Like, are you single? Are you dating? Like, what would you say to them if they asked you?
No. I be saying I'm in a relationship.
Oh, okay,
What you say?
okay. She said she gonna say she in a relationship.
Bit locked up.
I do say that.
Won't
But
let her
the
Wow.
lie.
person, actually the person who I'm talking to, when I say that, they be looking at me like, well, because you still haven't asked me. Oh. I'd be like, shut up. Oh my gosh. No, that's what I
So,
say for real.
so does that person? Is it a mutual thing? Like, does that person say the same thing too, or?
that person, they're like, well, I want to be in a relationship, but the person hasn't asked me yet. It's a drama, I tell you.
Oh God. Well, what about you, Juice? What are you telling? Well, I guess not. I know right now what you would say, but like before, what would you tell people?
Oh, before I probably would say like I'm talking to somebody, and not saying like I'm in
Mm.
a relationship. I'm just saying I'm just currently talking to somebody that I really like, and I'm not really looking for anybody else currently. And that's
Oh, that's
that.
sweet.
Yeah, that's what I'll say straight up. Especially if we're not in a relationship, I'm not gonna claim you as my girlfriend if I haven't asked you to be my girlfriend. That's like dead. So like so I'm always gonna say like if I really truly fuck with you, like I'm gonna be like, yeah, I deal with her and that's the only person I'm dealing with right now. But currently right now, you already know what it is. She's your girl Juice, single, ready to mingle, not quite. Gotta get my emotions in check first. But you already know the energy is still strong. Y'all hit me up on my Instagram at yo gabba gabba juice through the DM. Actually I DM'd the girl today.
Oh, did
Ooh,
you? Oh,
I
bold.
did.
feeling
And
strong
like,
about it?
huh?
Are you feeling strong about it?
I feel strong about it. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, let me. So everybody who listens to the podcast, can see how smooth Juice is, or you can be like, oh, that shit trash. Don't say that again. So
Oh, you gonna read it? Oh shit.
yeah, live
That's
live
cold.
reads, live reads. Let's see here. Her name is Nadia. Very cute. But I said I'm praying that you live near me,
Coming in hot.
coming in blazing, coming in scorching. And the thing about I'm looking at her page right now, and she seems like she got good vibes. Like she's very cute. She's like 22, and Shawty really ain't got no followers, which is good. That means that nobody sees the high quality potential that I see yet. So I ain't gotta hit nobody.
So you like people that don't really have a lot of followers?
Huh?
You say you like people that don't really have a lot of followers?
Yeah, I like really pretty girls who don't have a lot of followers. Like you can have a lot of people in
That's
your
hilarious.
DMs. That's one thing. But if you have a lot of people on like commenting on your stuff, that means I got a lot of traffic. I have public traffic to go through. I'd rather beat up the private traffic before I beat up public. Public niggas just gonna like, oh, so you gonna fuck with that? Like they gonna be bold about it. Like, and then I gotta be bold. Like, bitch, what the fuck you said? And then we gotta fight
That's
with
hilarious.
words.
They can't have a lot of followers.
Yeah, but no, she didn't DM me back, so I might have lost that one, guys. But hopefully she does. I'm gonna give it 24 hours before I unsend the message.
Yo, you're the type to unsend messages?
Should I not?
I mean, more than
Childish.
likely she already saw it. So honestly, I don't see the point in unsending messages because it's like, what's the point? They saw it already.
I mean, she hasn't seen it. That's the thing.
But how do you know? Oh, it's on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
So, but she
so
she bad. Like she bad. Like I saw her on a dating app, and then I immediately followed her. So I had to go to.
So if you unsend a message, do can the other person not see it in their inbox anymore?
Well, I think they
no,
just
you don't. It'll say that it's unsent
yeah.
because some guy some guy last week uh that I went to high school with, like he DM'd me last week. And see, I was cool with a lot of the guys at my high school. Like we were friends. Like it was nothing more. Like that was it. Like that was it. And like now that like I guess more people are finding out that I'm single, it's like they low key be trying to like talk to me and shit and like flirt with me, and I just be like, ain't no. So this one guy last week sent me a DM on Facebook, and he said, what did he say? Something about he needs my number. And I looked at it and I never responded. And literally the next day he unsent it.
Oh, bro, that
And
man
it's
heart.
and it says on Facebook, it says, what does it say? It says this person unsent this message or something like that. So like it literally tells you that the person unsent a message.
Oh wow. I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
In my opinion, you
Yeah.
gotta be really bold to send messages through Facebook.
Bitch, what? These motherfuckers be bold out here then.
I feel like Facebook is really for like the old niggas. But like Instagram is for like, oh, I'm just gonna slide by, see the DM, see if you want to bite or do a little something, and then we'll be kicking it. But Facebook be like, girl, I see you. I'm trying to get closer. What you like to do? I'm like, oh,
You
nigga,
know,
love Facebook.
that's funny as fuck that you said that because literally a couple days ago, another guy from my high school sent me a message on Instagram, and he said, "Yo, sexy ass again."
See, like Instagram has a whole different vibe. I don't even really fuck with Twitter like that. Like I don't really be on Twitter like that. But I could tell like Twitter niggas probably
Twitter is for the
really,
jokes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Twitter probably be
definitely.
like, bitch, I'll lick your back of your head. You so fine. Shit like that. They weird.
That's funny.
Say you don't be in them DM. Say you don't DM no. You don't DM nobody.
No, I've always been scared too because I see a lot of people that get exposed, especially on Twitter. Like people will DM somebody on Instagram, and people love to like show their DMs on Twitter and be like, "Now, why the fuck they thought I would talk to them or something like that?" So I just be like, "Nah, too scared. I don't want nobody like trying me up. Like, now, why would the fuck this girl thought I would ever talk to her? Hell no. I'd be embarrassed. I have to delete my whole profile."
So like, let me find a Tay dude.
Because no, this actually happened to a guy I went to school with. I went to high school with him, and he had DM'd a girl and was saying like she's beautiful. He was just like, it was something like you're so beautiful. I wish you didn't wear all that makeup or something. It was something simple. She exposed his DM on Twitter, and people started going in on him talking about how he wear jean shorts and shit. And he deleted his whole profile.
That nigga wear jorts.
I
Right.
was just about to say that.
Yeah. So I was
That's
like,
fucked
I'm
up
like,
though.
I don't want. I'm too scared. I'm a chicken.
DMs ain't for everybody. DMs is literally like a battle war. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I mean, it has some good conversations with people, and then some conversations just really like die out, or some that just don't happen at all. Um, but it's okay. But I guess the moral of the story is, if you're in a situationship, you need to know what the fuck going on at all times. If not, they'll leave you in the street. I'm
True.
sad, y'all.
I was about to say, I mean, I don't even know if I'm in a situationship anymore. Like, I mean, I'm single regardless. Like, even when I, was talking to this person every day, but um, we single until we find somebody worth our time and our efforts, and somebody that's gonna communicate well, not throw red flags at us, and let's just be chilling.
But I think that's going to conclude our podcast today. Anybody else got any more testimonials?
No, I just want to say, you also got to remember if you single, that means they single too. That's why I try to say I'm in a relationship. Yeah, I try to remind the person I'm talking to they in a relationship too.
They ain't situationship, y'all.
Right, that ain't
Look,
no situationship.
Uh-oh.
but see, that's what I'm saying. It's reverse psychology. You got to keep telling them they in a relationship. Then they'll believe that you do what you want to do, but you got to make sure they believe they in a relationship.
Right,
Oh
right,
my
right.
god.
You some that psychotherapy.
Yeah.
Be in a situationship, know your boundaries. Watch out for those red flags within those 3 months. If that bitch don't communicate, don't have no whip, or doesn't tell you all that they need to tell you in the beginning, go ahead, cut them off. There's no reason to be here. Party's closed. Uh, we ran out of chicken wings. You don't need to be here no more. So this is the podcast. Oh yeah, man, follow me at Yo Gappa Gappa Juice on Instagram. Hey, Tay, where they can follow you?
But right now I only have a personal private account. It is the Tay Do. I'm actually going to transition over to a fitness account soon. I will be putting that info out for everyone to follow. So be looking out for that.
And you can find me on Instagram at xodivina.
All right, man. All right, this was the podcast Wildlife Got Me F'd Up. Also check us out on Instagram, Wildlife Got Me Podcast as well. All right, man. Y'all have a good night or a good day. All right, y'all. See y'all. Thank you for listening to Wildlife Got Me F'd Up Podcast. Please check us out on Instagram at Wildlife Got Me Podcast. You can see our newest episodes coming up. Also, you can chat with us and tell us what topics you would like us to talk about. All right, y'all have a good day. And also, don't let nobody get you effed up.